So much has changed in the past 10 years. For one, the WNBA is now in 2K20 for the first time.
Listen, this is so exciting for me because the reality is women's basketball was probably my first big break in broadcasting. I started with the New York Liberty, first on radio, then on television, and it was that launched me into NBA. So the WNBA is near and dear to my heart.
A breathtaking view of the New York City skyline is taken from the Empire State Building. We're coming to you live from Manhattan. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And then on Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Jordan. Harris is out there with Irving, and it's Durant, and it's Chandler in at the 4 spot. And for New York, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen, and it's Smith in at the point guard. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off-season long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
And the Knicks with possession here, following the shot by Kevin Durant. It's tipped. It's stolen by Harris. The tray, and Kyrie Irving gets the 3.
Boy, Kyrie Irving shoots it with such extraordinary confidence, regardless of where he is on the court. This guy is one of the most dynamic scorers in the league. Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Irving.
Boy, the strength of Kevin Durant is a thing of beauty. How about the ability to stay under control as he gets bodied?
Smith against Irving. From 10 feet out, misses off the right iron. Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. To the paint, here's Jordan. Rebound by Smith. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Passes it to Randall. Trying to get open is Robinson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Smith throwing the double team. There's the pass to Barrett. This one for 3. That shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, Doris, you knew that his free agency would be one of the biggest stories of the summer. Everyone tried their best to land Kevin Durant.
And even considering the injury, anyone would be willing and able to take Kevin Durant on their roster. Why? Because when he's healthy, you become an immediate contender.
First one falls for him.
Well, you knew the Knicks were going to try and make a huge splash over the summer in free agency.
But you know this, Greg. Sometimes you swing hard at the pitch and you miss. And that's one of the problems of putting all your eggs in the free agency basket.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Robinson finds Smith. Shot clock at 6. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And this is what they're asking for from Dennis Smith Jr. Keep your eyes up and be ready to make a play for your teammates.
They get the rebound. The shot's good from Jordan.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Barrett the pass to Randall. Here's Robinson, and the dunk by Robinson.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And that one, good. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is. Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And you know this, Greg. He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
Here's Irving, and the rejection by Smith. Fires from the wing. And again, it's New York.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Nets leading by 3. The drive by KD. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one.
How about the ability to slice through the defense, muscle through the shot? KD, go ahead, sir.
Here's Knox. They double him with Jordan. In the corner, Barrett with it. To the left wing, here's Knox. And again, it's New York.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Here's Durant, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Well, those jumpers, they might as well be layups for Kevin Durant. That's his comfort zone, Kev.
Smith kicks to Randall. Pass to Robinson. Smith outside, and the 3 ball is good. Smith's got 5 now.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Knox. He's covered by Irving. To the inside, Robinson. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
With his length and his size, how easy does KD make that dunk look?
Knicks trail by 4. In the corner, Knox with it. Plenty of space. And he overshot that one, missing.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for New York. Outside, Robinson. Randall left side. New York moving the ball around.
Well, how about the athleticism of young Mr. Knox? Get up, sir.
Nets leading by 4. And Irving gets it to go on the assist from KD. 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
and this game already taking shape as an offensive battle.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
On the wing, Harris. No good that time. Randall with some nice D. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. It's stolen by Harris. Pass to Jordan. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And it's an 8-point Nets lead.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Group in for the Knicks. Bobby Portis is checked in for Robinson. Gibson comes in for Randall. Marcus Morris is checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Bucket is good.
I'll tell you, this guy excels at using his speed and his big body to cut inside. Nice job, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Pass to Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Smith's got his third bucket of the night.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And a fast break now for New York. Kicks it to Morris. Back to Smith. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And now just a 4-point Brooklyn lead.
Now there's a level of concentration required on the interior, and Dennis Smith Jr. more than up to the task.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Now here's Bullock. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the pass to Gibson. Just 5 to shoot. Puts the move on. Stolen by LeVert. And here we go. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Smith. Outside Portis. Oh, good on the three.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Prince's shot is good.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Smith after Taurean Prince's bucket. To the middle, here's Gibson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Gibson's got his second basket of the night.
If Taj Gibson gets around the rack, you understand this guy is going to make an opportunity.
Knicks trail by 6. Smith kicks to Portis. Pass to Morris. And here's Bullock. Knocks it loose. Here's Karuch. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Portis kicks to Smith. And the wide open shot from Morris. And again, it's New York.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Allen trying to break free.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Now Bullock. No points in the game yet for him. Smith for three. Misses the mark. His third miss of the game. 4 for 7 now. It's Allen, top of the key. Shoots over Portis, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. And it's a 10-point Nets lead.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
That one misses. 3 shots, all come up empty.
The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
Dinwiddie. It's rebounded by New York.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Bullock, good.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Prince's shot is good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Smith finds Portis. Back to Smith. Down low. And the layup's good off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They're leading by 8. Allen's shot is off. New York's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Nice shot by Portis.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
Here's Dinwiddie. A baseline J. That one doesn't go. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we can play big, we can play small, we can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like who we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Taurean Prince is out there with Caruch. And it's Allen in at the 5 down low. The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, at 6'7" Doris, Karis LeVert describing himself as a point/shooting guard.
Well, why not? Because his slashing ability, his blinding speed off the dribble is really what makes him problematic. His burst is special, and it doesn't matter if he's going left or right.
And so he makes both from the line. Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. A different look for New York. Randall's checked in for Portis, and Barrett subbed in for Taj Gibson. And a change for the Nets. Irving's checked in.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And that one is good.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
Here's Trier. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. Here's LeVert. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. LeVert's got the lead up to 14 now for Brooklyn. Here's Trier. Dinwiddie covering. Stolen by LeVert. One-on-one here. Here's Prince. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Prince.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this. I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Knicks, Robinson comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Knox in for Wayne Ellington. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Chandler comes in for Taurean Prince. Kevin Durant's checked in for Karis LeVert. And Harris subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. They get it again. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance. This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Here's Trier following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Robinson up top. Back to Trier. New York moving the ball around. Robinson up top. Pass to Knox for 3. The shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. Here's Durant. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Durant's got 14.
Well, this is what makes Kevin Durant maybe the greatest all-around scorer in the game today. Equal proficiency from every spot on the floor.
Really left alone that time.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Harris drives in. Over Barrett. Again, the Nets for two.
Do not let Joe Harris get comfortable from that spot. You will be in for a long night.
Inside, here's Barrett. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Barrett's got his third basket of the night.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
And it's in there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
One of the things I love about the Brooklyn Nets is the culture that's being created with this franchise. They are punching above their weight. There's no quit in this team. There is so much to like.
Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Take a look at Harris. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
And getting that spot at the top of the list was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
And Doris, you talk about the resilience of this Nets team. How about their 25-point fourth quarter comeback last season against Sacramento?
Kev, they become only the fourth team to overcome that big a deficit in the shot clock era. This Nets team is not invincible, but I promise you they're going to make you work for every single thing you get.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And that one's good, Irving.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here's Trier. He's covered by Irving. It's good.
Well, he's given himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on one of them.
Baseline jumper. Here's Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
Knicks trail by 19. Trier passes to Robinson. And stolen by Jordan. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Irving leading the charge.
Well, Kevin, the to-do list when you're trying to guard Kevin Durant is long, and he's used that added strength to power through contact.
The Nets have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for New York. That free throw good from Durant. The 2018 rookie class has been something to watch, Doris. Talent at the top, but also some terrific mid-round picks.
You know, no question, Landry Shamet is a guy who I think can be a clutch, big-time scorer who does not seem bowed by any moment, doesn't seem to be affected by pressure. Mitchell Robinson had one of the great shot-blocking seasons in New York Knicks history. I know the team didn't have success, but as a second-round guy, Mitchell Robinson could have an awfully long career.
And here's Smith following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Now, here's Barrett. Guarded by Harris. Robinson. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Count that one. And it's 6 points for Wilson Chandler.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Outside Robinson. Smith for 3. They get it back. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got 6 here in this quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And he lobs it up. And the dunk by Robinson.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. KD drives in. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 9 assists now tonight.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
Here's KD. Second shot opportunity. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Smith against Harris. Jacks up a 3. And it's Smith missing. Nets leading by 21. Here's Chandler, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Gibson's checked in for New York. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And a change for the Nets. Rodion Kurucs, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. Smith finds Gibson. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by KD. Here's Harris. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Nice to see Joe Harris add this to his game. We know he's a dangerous shooter, but go ahead and mix it up on the interior.
Smith outside. Back to Bullock. Trying to get open is Gibson.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. Brooklyn leading by 23. Here's Irving. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering. Well, this guy, Kyrie Irving, just so reminiscent of his idol, Kobe Bryant. He is one of the cold-blooded scorers in the game, an absolute torture for a defender to guard.
And that one falls for Irving. And you know, Doris, for both Kyrie and Kobe, each had an urge to step out on his own, to put their fingerprints on a team.
No doubt, Kevin. For Kobe, it was Shaq. For Kyrie, it was LeBron. And think about last season. Kyrie actually called LeBron to apologize. But let's not kid ourselves, right? He is most comfortable in the starring role.
From deep three-point range, the rebound by Gibson. New York's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Smith outside. And again, New York with the triple.
When Dennis Smith makes the three, it's going to draw the defense out and open driving lanes. Nice shot there.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
A moment here to see the stats for Kyrie Irving. Great showing for him last season. He averaged about 24 points a game last year, 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch, someone the other players look up to.
A slight rebound advantage for them, one more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Boy, nice job by Joe Harris to sprint the floor and finish. That is beautiful.
Now here is Smith, 15 points in the game, and it's Bullock missing.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
The three from KD, and it's good. Looking quite sharp with 10 of 12 shooting tonight.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Smith the pass to Gibson. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pulls it from 20. The rebound by Gibson.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot. Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Smith surveying the D. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Smith's got 18 points in the game.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up. Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it, because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
To get open is Robinson.
What you respect about Dennis Smith Jr. is that he knows his strength. This guy picking the defense apart right now.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Home for a while, then back on road. I'm gone, come back, then claim my throne. You mad, you broke, I'm on. We toast, West Coast, we back, we post. Then travel off as the flow, turn that black as it goes. Been counting pounds of euros. I can't be playing with these, they back, I know. Get you some, yeah. Man, just watch when I get me some. Go ahead, get you some, yeah. Just can't wait till I get with some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah. Man, just watch when I get with some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah. Get you some. Just can't wait till I get with some. Can't match my tribe. I don't know how he stay fly. My God.
For the Knicks, Portis is checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Marcus Morris comes in for Kevin Knox. And Ellington is subbed in for Smith. And a new group in for the Nets. Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Karis LeVert's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie's subbed in for Irving. Here's Ellington. And the shot goes down.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
The offensive rebound. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Brooklyn ahead, opening up a huge gap. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 25 points, 10 assists, and 2 rebounds. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Kyrie just has so many shots in his arsenal. Shows you the range. He can take you up the dribble in either direction. Terrific floater. A magician at the rim. It's rare to see that.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Knicks trail by 20.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Smith is out there with Barrett. And it's Robinson in at the 5. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half. And the shot is good. 26 points for KD.
Boy, KD just lethal on the drive to the rack, and he gets ahead of steam behind him. Forget about it.
To the middle, here's Barrett. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And the first one drops. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
That one misses. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. And KD drops them both.
I think Kevin Durant prides himself on doing everything at an elite level. And really, think about how he's improved his defense in the prime of his career.
Now, here's Barrett to the left side wing. New York, no good that time either. Nets leading by 19 points. Here's Durant. Robinson with the block. Passes to Barrett. A second chance effort. Randall. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Harris's shot is good.
Boy, when Joe Harris is making this kind of shot, turn the lights out.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now, here is Smith. 20 points for him. Drills it from outside. Smith's got 23 points.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient. Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late. Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future.
Doris with the youth. The Knicks added Dennis Smith to that bunch as well.
No doubt, Kevin. This was a player they had their eyes on. So when you couple Dennis Smith Jr. with some of the young assets they've collected over the last couple of years, there's a ton of young talent coming up in New York right now.
Irving from long range. That shot missing. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Smith on the wing. From deep. Rebounded by the Nets. The shot by Chandler, wide open. Sinks the three-pointer. Chandler's got 11.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose. Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Good, and Harris gets the assist. 13 points in the game.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Smith with it. Now Chandler defending. Nice shot by Smith.
Dennis Smith Jr. seems to relish as a guard to go on the interior and get buckets. Nicely done.
Here's Durant. And that one hits back iron. That one falls. 8 points for Jordan.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And it's Robinson that time on the assist from Randall. Robinson's got 20.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
Harris finds KD. And he banks in the layup. KD's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
And the basket by Knox.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Durant, and KD throws it down.
You can really tell when Kevin Durant is in the flow because his scoring looks like it's second nature. He's going to go down as one of the all-time best.
They grabbed their own miss.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example.
Oh, wow.
Get out of the way. Well, Kevin Durant with a little crafty creativity, KD at the rim.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for New York. Right wing. Robinson passes to Knox. Offensive rebound. And it's good. 2 points. 22 points for him.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And New York making a change here. Trier's checked in. Here's Trier. Smith right side. A three ball. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's. Here's Irving. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Well, a lot of rough times for Irving in his final year with the Celtics. Opted out, and obviously Greg wanted a change.
And quickly zeroed in on Brooklyn as a destination. His time in Boston had clearly come to an end by the finale of last season. Now joins up with a new stacked team in Brooklyn.
One shot.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
New York's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Now, here is Smith. 25 points in the game, and that one drops for him. Trier's got his second basket of the night.
Dennis Smith Jr., you want more of this. Find your open teammate and make sure you put it on time.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
I love the efficiency he's playing with tonight. Not scoring as much as usual, but he's been effective, and they're winning.
There's Trier with the three, nailed from three-point land. Trier's got 7 points.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Barrett, no good.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Boy, Spencer Dinwiddie does such a great job getting on balance, and with his touch, off the dribble, easy work. Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Timeout called, the Nets. You know, Doris, when you think of the best dunkers at that guard position, you have to include Dennis Smith Jr.
His explosiveness, Dennis Smith Jr., is off the charts. Boy, when he is attacking the cup, as a defensive player, you better be on point or he's going to put it on your head.
A different look for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Julius Randle, and Ellington is subbed in for Smith. And then for Brooklyn, Prince is checked in for Joe Harris, and Karis LeVert subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, Spencer Dinwiddie, it's a rare opportunity in the mid-range, but he's got the kind of touch necessary to make it.
Ellington the pass to Barrett. The pass to Gibson. Outside Portis. The 15-footer. The shot by Ellington, no good. Nets leading by 22. Here's Prince. Again, the Nets for 2.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Now, here's Ellington. Pass to Trier. He kicks it to Gibson. Barrett, wide open, he fires. And again, New York with the triple.
The defense a step slow. You can see the results.
Here's Jordan. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 4 rebounds now tonight to the inside. And Portis throws it down.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Caris LeVert is hitting wide-open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
That one goes in. Portis has got 10.
Well, what a job, punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
Allen misses off the left iron. Knicks trail by 19. Pass to Barrett. Outside Portis. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Nets. Prince's shot is good. New York's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Passes it to Trier. Now, here's Barrett. LeVert defending. Nice shot by Portis. He's got 12.
139.
Brooklyn leading by 19. Here's Dinwiddie. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Portis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Trier. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Here's LeVert. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Oh, Kevin, fast release from Caris LeVert. The timing on the pull-up jumper, pretty.
Here's Trier. LeVert defending. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Taurean Prince.
You have to remember, the Nets surrendered their draft pick every year for 5 straight years, between the years 2014 to 2018. How they turned that into a playoff run last year, one of the great stories in the league.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The first free throw is good. And Doris, you're right. Those picks you're referring to, surrendered by the Nets in their 2013 trade with the Celtics.
And think about it, Kev. That transaction was one in a string of trades by the Nets, trading their picks for veterans. This 2019 draft, only the second time the Nets controlled their pick in the last 9 years. What they have achieved in the face of that is nothing short of remarkable. Well, you think back to last season for the New York Knicks, worst team in the league. They could muster only 17 wins. But let's be frank here. This is an organization who knew the rebuild would be a process.
The pass to Morris. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And for the Knicks, they knew this is part of their rebuilding process.
And I think, Kevin, they made the most of their down year. This is an organization that hit the reset button with the Porzingis trade. But the one positive is I think they found several role players they might be able to utilize in the coming years.
Free throw good. Bullock, Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Rodion's Kurucs. Down low, and it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, you've got to watch those long arms of Jared Allen. Twice on the pipe, send it back.
Count it. Bullock's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
Here's Trier. Dinwiddie covering. Trier passes to Portis. It's good from long range. Portis has got 9 points in the quarter.
and they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's Trier. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Prince, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Knicks trail by 19. 55 seconds left to play here in the third. Morris outside. And again, New York with the triple.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Gives us a chance to check out the stats for Taurean Prince. Last season's performance for him put up about 13 points per, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And right now for him, it's about gaining experience and continuing to develop his game.
This is a man's game, and you've got to earn your minutes in this league. This guy, his time will come eventually.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him. I'll tell you, you have got to have a short memory. You put a poor first half behind you, and you get to work here in the second.
And that's a good shot for him. He can shoot it over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
Now, here is Morris. 5 points in the game. That one drops for him. 17 points for Bobby Portis.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
You can see he's starting to find his comfort zone, and there's a rhythm about what Spencer Dinwiddie's doing right now.
And off target that time from Trier.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Nets. They lead by 18. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. And it's Allen in at the center position. In transition, here come the Nets.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
Knicks trail by 20. Here's Trier. Pass to Knox. And there's the feed to Morris. And it's sent back by KD. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. A different look for New York. Robinson comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Dennis Smith in for Alonzo Trier. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Chandler's checked in. Pass to Bullock. 5 on the clock. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Morris. Again, the miss by Morris. And Joe Allen will bring it up for Brooklyn. The baseline J. And the shot is long. New York shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. And it's LeVert missing.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Nice shot by Smith.
Boy, you have to absorb the bump on the jump shot, and Dennis Smith Jr. still able to deliver. That is not easy, folks.
And good that time.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight, Greg. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
And the shot goes in.
Well, just tremendous body control by Spencer Dinwiddie, able to adjust to the defender's contact.
Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 29 in the game.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The drive by KD. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 4 assists in the game. Knicks trail by 20. Bullock passes to Morris. Here's Robinson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. 24 points for him.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And until their playoff run, the Brooklyn Nets weren't a team we thought of as a free agent destination. And Doris, you almost forget that they play in the biggest market in the country.
And Greg, who would have thought that in New York and Los Angeles, arguably the most competent franchises would be the Nets and the Clippers? These are two of the historically dilapidated teams no longer content to play second fiddle in those major markets.
That's good from Durant. Julius Randle's checked in for Morris. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And both free throws good for Durant. Well, remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Here's Smith following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance.
You simply cannot give Kyrie Irving room to run in the open floor. This guy is a phenomenal transition player.
Here's Smith. Excellent D there from Allen.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
A nice shot by Harris.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
Passes it to Randle. And here's Bullock from the arc. Hits it from three-point range.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Boy, picking Jared Allen, number 22, back in 2017 has paid off for the Nets. This guy is proven already in his early 20s to be an NBA caliber starting center.
Checked in for New York. Brooklyn leading by 21. And Jared Allen grew up in the Austin area and played near his home at the University of Texas.
Yeah, Kev, just one season with the Longhorns. He really came into the league considered a project, but boy, his development is truly ahead of schedule. What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
The shot's good from Irving.
Then we know this. When Kyrie Irving starts to get going on the offensive end, he's really tough to contain. An incredible scorer because you know he can hurt you from any area of the floor.
Now here is Smith. That three off the mark.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from three is not the answer.
Chandler, no good. And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for New York. To the paint. Lays it up off the glass.
I like to see Kevin Knox share the basketball because what it shows is an improving awareness in finding his teammates. That's how people want to play with you.
And yes, it's good. Durant's got 43 points.
Well, they're just riding the hot hand down the stretch, and he's been in a zone all night.
And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
Kevin, he's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
Two shot.
And he makes the first.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Born in Toronto, Barrett joins a talented group of Canadians who have entered the NBA ranks.
The shot's good from Irving.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Smith wide open, he fired. A three-pointer off the mark. Nets leading by 19 points. Goes up on the wing. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Smith for three. But they get it back. Randall banked in off the glass. Randall's got 10 points here in the second half. Brooklyn's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Irving, good.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Big man who was forgotten about during free agency, Randall could be an impact player for the Knicks.
Knicks missed out on the marquee names they were after, but Randall should give them great production for quite some time. Not a huge name, but a young talent that can help this team.
And he knocks down the first one.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And the Nets making a change here. Jordan's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Doris, you and I are faced with this a lot, voting for the MVP. Great stats versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league MVP?
Well, winning could be the definitive line if I have two candidates who are close. For instance, for me, this last MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I took it to the last possible moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been comfortable. Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding factor came down to he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too, and what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made, and I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
Knicks trail by 21. And there's the pass to Barrett to the wing on the left. Here's the 3. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And well, like a lot of young players, Barrett's working hard to become proficient from range. And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Of course, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports, worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator, and I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Smith, the pass to Knox. Lets it go with a 3. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Chandler kicks to Durant. Wing shot on the way. It's good.
Kevin Durant.
KD's got 47 points.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Smith with it. He's picked up by Irving. Down low, here's Robinson, and Robinson throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 42 points for Kyrie Irving. Smith outside. And Jordan sends it back.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
Good work there as it goes. 49 points for Kevin Durant.
But when you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Another bucket! Wow! That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Pass to Randall. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Irving from long range, but they recover it. Over Robinson. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Jordan's confidence has just grown over the course of his career. DeAndre, for much of it, averaged less than 5 points per game, especially those first couple of years. Look at him now.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Outside Irving. Irving double team. Stolen by Robinson. Smith with it. Outside Robinson. Of course, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going #1 regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
Irving, good.
The evolution of Kyrie Irving's game continues. Magnificent with the jumper.
Smith drives in, drops it in from 11 feet. Smith's got 8 points in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. So New York ends up going with the new group. The Nets also changing it up. David Nwaba is checked in for Chandler. Temple comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Musa in for Harris. There's 49 seconds left in the game. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Timeout called the Nets. They're up by 18. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Let's see who's the loudest.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets.
Two.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
From deep three-point range, offensive rebound, Nets. 34 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for New York, Elfrid Payton. Taking 2 shots.
Two.
That's good from Payton.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
He hits both from the stripe. Dinwiddie against Payton. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand. The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They lead by 15. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
It's not completely over, and they know that. But if they carry out their game plan, they should be golden.
Here's Musa, and so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. Just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in, and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.